I didn't show up, but thank you.
By adhering to the Security Council resolutions, respecting them, implementing them, fulfilling the promises that have been made and have been often broken. So, I believe that the answer is Israelis and Palestinians living side by side in peace. And it can only be done through a two-state solution, through negotiations, by cessation of hostilities, and a ceasefire is the first step in that direction.
Does that include condemning anti-Semitism and condemning statements?
I am not justifying any of that.
You began this conversation. I am so sorry. There's so many things I want to talk to you about, but I personally am offended as a journalist. You began this conversation by saying that Israel, suggesting that Israel has, quote, close friends and powerful friends in the media. That is an anti-Semitic trope.
No. What I'm saying is the perception. Look at the perception the world has. You cannot ignore that, ma'am.
But that's a wrong perception.
What? Dude, okay, that's fucking bullshit. I didn't realize he actually fucking clarified his position. Like, yeah, it's a fucking bad way to go about it. But that is so stupid. Here's how you shut that down. Is Israel a fucking ethno-state? I didn't realize Israel was an ethno-state. I didn't realize that Israel was trying to ethnically cleanse all of the Palestinians from occupied Palestinian territory. In which case, yeah, it's really unacceptable that you're fucking, you're defending this violent ethno-state. Okay? Why is it that criticism of Israel or saying that Israel gets favorable coverage from mainstream media an anti-Semitic trope? The words that he used can be weaponized against Jewish people. The words that he used, they control the media. Definitely not something you can say, okay? Because you can get easily clipped out of context, okay? Even if you're talking about Israel itself. Same with like Israel hypnotized the world, right? That was a sentiment that still gets used over and over again. Also, there's no slur here. I think they're saying anti-Semitic conspiracy. Regardless. But like, Israel does control the narrative in its fucking entirety until recently. Israel has controlled the narrative around the ongoing occupation. Claiming that it does not is fucking psychopathic. I'm sorry. Shut the fuck up, you little babies. What do you literally want the dumbass American and Western media to do? To literally just fucking go there and be like, give me a gun. Give me an Uzi. I'm going to spray a Palestinian child myself. That's literally what you're fucking asking for. If you think that mainstream media has not almost universally for the longest fucking time refused to cover Palestinian struggles as though Palestinians are full-blown human fucking beings. That is insane to me. God damn it, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. That's anti-Semitic. That's anti-Semitic. Shut the fuck up. Israel bombed the Associated Press building. And 2 days later, the Associated Press fired someone because American conservatives were like, this person is anti-Semitic because they went to a fucking Palestine protest. Are you fucking insane, dude? Are you insane? 35 states, in 35 American states, especially Texas, which is the most erroneous, most ridiculous one, you cannot support boycott, divest, and sanctions and still be a public school teacher or get a job. It's fucking nuts. And you're going to sit here and act like Israel does not have a significant amount of influence over the American Congress and the actions that we take? Are you fucking insane? That's crazy, dude. 35 American states. You cannot fucking say, I want to be a part of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, which is a peaceful movement that was created after the original BDS movement against apartheid South Africa. That is nuts. It's nuts. It's insane. You want people to literally horseshoe theory confirmed. What horseshoe theory? The one I shoved in your mother's pussy, you fucking asshole? What horseshoe theory confirmed? I'm sick and tired of fucking idiotic neoliberals be like, oh my God, I can't believe Hassan is criticizing Israel. He must be a Nazi. Suck my cock. It's only similar to fucking Nazi rhetoric if you legitimately consider that, like, literal anti-BDS protest bills that completely go against the First Amendment is acceptable in any capacity. Go ahead. Answer for yourself. Answer for yourself. The fuck is wrong with the looting fuckheads? Answer for yourself, you fucking racist, annoying little white shit lib. Answer your fucking take now. Immediately, we go back a little bit and it's like, you already showed your fucking ass right here. I didn't have to go back too far. Horseshoe theory confirmed. Pathetic. Pathetic worm, dude. It's anti-Semitic to criticize a far-right, ultra-nationalist, ethno-state project? Are you fucking insane? That is not what being a Jew is about. If that's what being a Jew is about, you are literally hurting other Jewish people by sucking them into your psychopathic, bloodthirsty cause, dude. God damn. Go ahead. Horseshoe theory confirmed. I want to hear from this motherfucker, ID. What is horseshoe theory? No, this is a enlightened centrist take where they're like, I just look back when atrocities are happening and say they're simply too complicated for me to deliberate on, while literally siding unironically with the oppressor because I'm taking inaction. I'm choosing inaction in the face of injustice, which is basically siding with the oppressor. Ha! Horseshoe theory. You are just the same as the Nazis. All these fucking debate lords, like, they come in, they pop in, they drop a little bit, they drop a little fucking tip in the bucket, and then they get the fuck out. It's crazy.
Could be wrong, but that's the perception. Negate it.
Well,
negate it. By giving a balanced coverage, negate it.
The onus is not on those who are being accused of things that aren't true. It's on people like you in powerful positions to say that that's wrong.
Well, what we are saying, what is wrong, and I'm not shying away from that. What I'm saying is this insanity must come to an end. We must promote dialogue. We must sit and talk, and we must promote peace. Israelis.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Pakistani foreign minister, peak of powerful position. I mean, at least they got nukes, right?
And Palestinians, everybody has a right to live. They have a right to protect their children. Look at what's happening. 230 innocent people have been killed. More than 50,000 people have been displaced. 50 schools have been bombed. Hospitals have been targeted. Red Cross has been targeted. The AP office, media outlets have been targeted. And what they're saying is, okay, if you think there was Hamas presence there, why don't you have an independent investigation?
Well, I believe that Israel did provide in some information and shared intelligence with the U.S. But let's go back to the other side, because there are obviously Israeli casualties as well. And I keep bringing this up.
I mean, dude, yeah, because he fucking misstepped and said something that can be perceived as anti-Semitic because it's literally a fucking anti-Semitic trope. Because of that, all of the good points that he's making for 11 minutes long is just like, is gone. It's fucking gone. I hate this, dude. It's just like so cancerous on discourse. It's so fucking nasty.
Because if you're going to be an honest broker, then you have to approach something like this objectively, and that doesn't seem to be the place where you're coming from.
Well, I am objective, and I would want to be objective.
He said they have influence over the media, or they have friends in the media or something, when talking about Israel, okay? And it was objectively not a good thing to say. Sorry, because of this. Because of this.
People
You'll
come here and
literally.
try or even
There's
get
two reasons
engaged
why this
after
is objectively
spreading
bad.
Zionist and
Okay,
Israeli propaganda once
an
and
objectively
framed
bad
racist
thing to
takes
say.
during BLM, and I
One,
make a poor
because
attempted bait
it is
saying
something
free
that Nazis
Israel
do
once
say.
and gone,
So you are
and
playing
nothing
into
on
the
appeal.
anti-Semitic conspiracy that like Jews fucking control the media or some shit. Okay, when that's not true. And two, your words will literally fucking hogtie you. A motherfucker will literally turn you into a human pretzel if you say some shit like that in the middle of a broadcast while you are talking about Palestinian oppression. Okay? Sorry, it's the truth. People from marginalized backgrounds know this. If you are facing reactionary opposition to your cause, you as a singular individual are responsible for all members of your community. So as a Muslim, this Pakistani foreign minister should know better.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is absolutely an expectation that I have. It's the truth. If you are Muslim and you are speaking on behalf of other Muslims, or if you are speaking on behalf of Palestinians, especially Palestinians, you cannot fuck up. There is no room for misstep. They will literally fucking turn you into a goddamn pretzel immediately. You will be considered anti-Semitic, and it's done. It's over. You can't. No one mentioned Jews. He said Israel. Isn't she self-reporting? It doesn't matter. Even the phrasing alone is easy to just fucking articulate and flip over. Especially as the Pakistani foreign minister, you should know better, dude. Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, in particular, because he's a Pakistani official, it'll be dismissed as, of course, the Muslim guy hates on Jews. Yeah. Oh, God. This will be fucking... Oh, God. I can't wait for literally round-the-clock coverage of this shit, okay? Like, this is... If you think the sushi incident... is like already doing the rounds, and like anytime there's like a anti-Semitic attack, if it is legitimately anti-Semitic or not doesn't fucking matter. But like, just like the case in Canada that was like a JDL guy, okay, the Jewish Defense League guy, who was literally a fucking far right psychopathic ultra Zionist ultra nationalist. It's gonna get broad coverage. Everyone will fucking talk about it because this is what conservatives do. This is what reactionaries do. They find an instance where there can be like victimhood, especially in an instance where like we're talking about Jews as a whole, where the victimhood is legitimate. Okay? In most instances, anti-Semitic attacks are real and it happens and it fucking hurts Jewish people as a whole. That's the biggest difference. That's why you have to also be super careful. One, because you don't want to fucking... you don't want to play into anti-Semitic conspiracies, and two, because you don't want to fucking give them any sort of legitimacy whatsoever, and two, it'll be used against you if you don't give a fuck about that. It'll be used to brush off war crimes of Israel.
Loss of life, I will not condone. Every life, every human life is important to me.
And what about
He should have immediately fucking stopped it. Like, I'm telling you, like, the wording was bad, but when faced with the question of anti-Semitism, he should have been like, I am not anti-Semitic. I do not fucking condone anti-Semitism. It is horrible. What I simply meant was that in Western media, especially, Israeli causes get a profound amount of coverage, and also a profound amount of fucking favorable coverage, as a matter of fact, because no one gives a shit about Palestinians.
so you can agree?
He's doing that. She won't let go. I know. He should have said that here, though, not here. Do you think that if Pakistan foreign minister specified Israel rather than they, the host would have still accused him of being anti-Semitic? Maybe. But it doesn't fucking matter, because at that point, he could have been like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about.
4 months into the parasocial relationship. Are we 90-day fiancés now?
I can't believe I have to say this, but there shouldn't be a 0.0 doubt that accusing Israel of controlling the media and having deep pockets is anti-Semitic. Wait, what is this? CNN senior global affairs analyst, journalist, wife, mother, proud immigrant says, I can't believe I have to say this, but there should be 0.0 doubt that accusing Israel of controlling the media and having deep pockets is anti-Semitic. Wait. Yeah, okay, so she clearly, even if you said Israel, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's top of the hour. I'm going to run an ad break. I'm like fucking losing my mind over this, okay? Accusing Israel of controlling the media and having deep pockets is anti-Semitic? Bro, are we literally going to act like Israeli propaganda is not incredibly effective? Like, what are we doing? Why are we fucking asking people to deny reality? Like, I don't understand it, dude. That's so psychotic. It's like the fucking weirdo who said it's blood libel to say that the IDF trains American police forces. That's blood? What the fuck? Why would you do that? It's like literally immediately provable information. Like, it's one fucking Google search. I'm going to respond and be like, yes, Israel doesn't get favorable coverage. Or have ardent bipartisan support in Congress. That's why it's illegal to support BDS in 35 states. Is it 32 or 35? That's why
He could have said in a video game,
35 American states have adopted anti-BDS legislation, and the Associated Press fired a journalist for attending a pro-Palestine demonstration 2 days after IDF bombed them.
Thank you for the great coverage, Ajan. Just like this great 60 seconds ad break at the top of the hour. Pogo tomato time.
I'm going to say, yes, Israel doesn't get favorable coverage in the media or have bipartisan support in Congress. That's why 35 American states have adopted anti-BDS legislation. AP fired a journalist for attending a pro-Palestine demonstration in college 2 days after IDF bombed them. Stop conflating Jews all around the world with the horrific, violent Israeli occupation. You are being anti-Semitic. Here, I'm gonna tweet that as well. All Jews are a monolith in their unconditional support for a far-right, ultra-nationalist ethno-state government engaging in war crimes. No, that's just, I just tweeted it on my own account.
Gabagool, not that good.
Are you gonna tag Mossad in your post? Yeah, good ratio, chat. Goddamn. Bad tweet, delete, bro. Very wordy. I mean, you have to be wordy. I've talked about how careful you need to construct your criticisms of Israel, especially at times like this. One, first and foremost, because you don't want to come across as anti-Semitic, especially considering that, you know, anti-Semitism is very harmful to Jews all around the world. And two, because your words will be used against you by cynical, bad faith actors. He's neolib royalty? Why?
We can agree that Palestinian lives and Israeli lives are equally important.
They're important. Yes, they are.
So let me move on to another area, and that is the Uyghurs and the Muslim community there, and some 2 million Uyghurs, many in the U.S. and many other.
Wait, this is hilarious. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? There's no way. Is she unironically going to defend Israel and then turn around and be like, well, what about the... Because, like, there is hypocrisy here from both accounts. I don't know what this dude's take is, but the majority of Muslim leaders around the world are straight up, like, completely turning a blind eye to Xinjiang, okay? Completely. Straight up. Straight the fuck up. Like, they do not give a fuck. They're like, we have America on the one side who wants to fucking murder us, and then we have China on the other side who hasn't done anything yet. Okay? So they're like, I'm going to keep my fucking relationship with China as well as I possibly can. Yes, of course, we do not know what you are talking about with respect to the Uyghur population in Xinjiang. Okay? So that's, you know, that's something that I expect from most Muslim leaders, straight up. And I see it from most Muslim leaders. That's why, like, a lot of fucking defenders of you know, the Chinese government with respect to Xinjiang will literally say, like, well, what about the international Muslim authorities that all have said, like, whatever. Anyway, so it's hilarious if he's, like, speaking out against the Palestinian oppression from an occupying force and then simultaneously denying the realities that as a Pakistani, especially Pakistan, is turning a blind eye. They have so much to gain from the Belt and Road Initiative, which make Pakistan's China access to the Indian Ocean. Yeah. Okay. Here. If you want to fucking go participate in the ratio. Because it's Western propaganda law. Yeah, dude, totally. No, for real, dude. Yeah, no. China can do no wrong, dude. They're not a fucking hegemonic power that's, like, literally trying to fucking outdo America. Oh, no. No. totally, bro. Totally, bro. You're so right. Like when Xi Jinping said that they had to deal with Muslim separatist terrorists with methods that they learned from the American state with respect to Guantanamo Bay. That was pretty poggers, actually, when he said that. Right? Dude, oh, God, I hate American imperialism, but fucking totally don't mind when, like, you know, mistreatment and fucking concentration camps or true fucking work camps are created in China. I'm literally being xenophobic right now, dude. Holy shit. I am so xenophobic. Anyway. Yeah, it's all Adrian's ends, bro. Anyway, let's keep going.
Other countries around the world are calling their treatment genocide. And I'm wondering why we're not here.
Oh, I forgot to mention the other side of this. So I talked about the hypocrisy of the fucking Pakistani authorities literally doing this. We're having a conversation about like Muslim oppression of Palestinians in the hands of Israel and occupying force, and then not fucking and turning a blind eye to the other thing. But like also additionally hilarious that like the person who is like defending the Israeli occupation turning the fuck around and being like, well, what about China and its mistreatment of the fucking Uyghur Muslims? That is psychotic to me. Like, you just basically say you care only about the American foreign policy and move on, okay? It's only when our enemies and countries that we feel threatened by that are engaging in human rights violations, only then do we condemn it. But, like, not really, because they're still incredibly important as a trade partner as well. I mean, let's be real. Literally all of our fucking, all of our factories are there or have moved on from China to whatever Chinese subsidiary factory nation state we're talking about.
Hearing the same from your government.
Well, my government has always spoken with frankness. You know, China is a very good friend of Pakistan. They've stood by us through thick and thin, and we have means of communication, and we use our diplomatic channels. We do not discuss everything in public.
But China being your friend aside, and I know...
What? Wait, what the fuck?
Your government.
Well, my government has always spoken with frankness. You know, China is a very good friend of Pakistan. They've stood by us through thick and thin, and we have means of communication, and we use our diplomatic channels. We do not discuss everything in public.
He's like, I can't tell you. It's a secret. It's, ooh, I'm a naughty boy. It's me and China's little secret. I can't tell you. We're very good friends. Ooh, we have these conversations in private. That's great.
But China being your friend aside, and I know China provides a lot of aid, you can't just turn a blind eye to human rights abuses in one country.
Wait, shut the fuck up, dude. He needs to fucking be like, okay, you say I'm turning a blind eye to Muslims being oppressed in what almost feels like is an occupying regime, right? I mean, even though it is Han Chinese territory, technically, so there's a more legitimate stake of claim or ownership to Xinjiang than fucking Israel does to Israel. If Israel is the historic Palestine, like if he turned around and was like, okay, so what's up? Are you what's your take on the occupation? It's kind of wild that you are. I mean, this is just like, yeah, this is literally the Spider-Man meme. This is literally the Spider-Man meme. The anti-Semitism has cranked the fuck up, and as a Jew, I agree with your statements about the treatment of Palestinian people, but I'm beyond heartbroken with every blind eye turned towards anti-Semitism. When my people were all but extinguished in recent history, I'm out bare, working for equity every day, but when it comes to my people, you all... What? You all...
Hassle people, hey, hi chat.
What do you mean, y'all? Did I run an ad at 4? Fuck me, dude. I totally forgot, didn't I? God damn it, I got too invested. Shit fucking happens all the goddamn time. Yeah, I forgot to run one at 4. I'm gonna run it right now. If you'd like to no longer see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe, boys. You already know what the fuck going on. Here's the 1-minute ad break now. You can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. Sorry, I forgot. I totally fucking forgot. Anyway. Twitch going fire you? No, it's fine. Xinjiang is not Han Chinese territory? What the fuck? I mean, Chinese territorial claims as far as borders goes to Xinjiang is more robust, to say the least, than Israel's territorial claim to fucking historic Palestine. That's what I was saying. That isn't to say that, like, China deserves to control Xinjiang. What I'm trying to say is that Israel has even less of a stake of ownership over historic Palestine. Genuine Q, what's the difference between borders, UN recognition, or what?
Yeah.
Connecting Israel and Jew makes me question the IQ. Some people in the Jew book cannot have a law. What? Azan, East Turkestan, Pago. Okay, dude. Hassan recognizes it as an anti-Semitic trope, but does not understand the difference between saying Israel is controlling the media and Western media is pro-Israel. What a dumb himbo. I know English is their second language, but goddamn semantics matter. I already said you shouldn't word it that way, and I didn't word it that way, so I don't know why you're saying that, like, I don't know why you're, like, criticizing me over a take that I literally said after repeating my take and acting like I didn't say that exact same take.
When we've spent
Nobody
so
is.
it's something being are there discussions behind the scenes? Is your Prime Minister
ma'am, there's always a way of doing things, and we are not oblivious of our responsibilities.
So what needs to be done then to the Uyghur community around the world that is listening to you spend a lot of time talk about human rights in Gaza? Question about their same legitimacy to human rights as well.
Well, we have been advocating for human rights, whether they are in Gaza or in Indian-occupied Kashmir. Look at the atrocities that have been committed in Kashmir. Does the world talk about it? How many people have talked about it? Let's be fair. Let's have a fair assessment of how much coverage has that got.
Mr. Ambassador, I do want to turn to the pandemic, and we'll end.
I'm not ambassador.
I'm sorry, Mr. Foreign Minister. Let me turn to the pandemic and ask about the latest wave that we've seen in your country, in Pakistan. We've seen an increased number of cases there and deaths. What is being done? How alarming is that? And what does your country need to help in this fight?
Biana, to begin with, Pakistan has managed, under the leadership of Prime Minister Imran Khan, the first wave and the second wave reasonably well. We're in the midst of our third wave. Now, if we draw a comparison of the situation in Pakistan and next door, look at the situation on the, what our eastern neighbors facing, there's a huge difference. There are over 4,000 casualties on a daily basis.
There's no winner. I'm not pitting you against India. I'm saying that every loss of life is a tragedy.
Absolutely, it's a tragedy.
Wait. But, like, I don't understand. Okay, this guy, what do you not know how to fucking talk about this? Like, do you not know how to talk about this? Just literally turn it back to be like, I thought we were having a conversation about fucking, like, he's a hypocrite, right? But even if you are a hypocrite and you want to defend your position, like, do a better job and just be like, why are we talking about this right now? Like, okay, answer me about what you feel about the IDF relentless fucking bombing campaign in Gaza, the world's largest open-air prison, which is a densely populated which is one of the world's most densely populated locations. Like, what's up?
Tragedy, and we are sympathetic, and we offered help. You know, I offered help. We said, listen, these are human lives. We're in the same.
Wait, this person deleted their tweet, but I think it's really funny because he said, what Hassan is basically saying is stop committing violence against Jews unless they're in the majority that support Israel, followed by a bunch of easily disprovable bullshit. What a vile human being. I wonder why they deleted that tweet. Maybe because they recognize that literally saying that, like, oh no, an overwhelming majority of Jews around the world support Israel's violent actions and violent occupation is probably not a good take. This is precisely what I was saying, by the way. Like, attributing ownership of Israel's violent fucking actions against Palestinians and the ongoing occupation is nothing more than a self-report if you are actually a Zionist who was trying to fucking do good, I guess, and have like a positive fucking statement here.
Region, we are willing to
It's
help.
fine, bro. You guys will figure it out, dude. Hey, listen, defenders of the occupation, I promise you'll be able to fucking figure it out, okay? Like, I know it's hard right now. You're not used to this. You're not used to this kind of pushback. It's usually relegated to the fucking idiotic himbos of the media cycle, like myself, that fucking are in a corner far away and on their own. So you've never had to, like, actually engage in a social media campaign where, you know, people that otherwise are not fucking familiar with the story are seeing some of the most violent things that the IDF does. It's hard. Eventually, you will find better propaganda. Currently, though, it doesn't seem like it's working to just say, oh, you're being anti-Semitic. Probably is not working. Xinjiang has been under Chinese control for almost 300 years with only temporary independence or partial conquest by Russia, so China's claim is definitely stronger than Israel's based on antiquity. That's why I said that China has a more legitimate ownership, but it doesn't matter because people still deserve autonomy in my worldview. If you want to fucking practice your own religion and your own culture, and you should not have your ethnic identity erased by a larger oppressive force, like, just because it suits the needs of said governing fucking body. I don't consider that to be a legitimate fucking stake, which is why I said it's not legitimate, but it's more legitimate than Israel's claim to historic Palestine, for sure.
Help. They did not respond, but our offer still stands. What we
Yes, erased by mass migration. That's why unlimited immigration in native land is bad. Thank you. Shut the fuck up, Caddy Vance, you dumb weirdo. You've had this conversation over. We've had this conversation last time. You sound like a fucking stupid reactionary whenever you say that. By the way, much of the trolling and abuse I've had on here for the past 24 hours has little to do with Israel Palestinians. The tweet is a reminder that it has all to do with Pakistan and a lot of nationalists not liking anyone criticizing their government. So Mehdi Hassan heard Mark Ruffalo upset about being called an anti-Semite for merely speaking on the injustice meted out the Palestinians, and then he decided to label Foreign Minister Shah Mahmoud Qureshi as an anti-Semite. This is the kind of crap I've been dealing with the past 24 hours. As a Muslim journalist, criticize Israel and you get called anti-Semitic. But also as a Muslim journalist, criticize anti-Semitic tropes, you get called a sellout and Zionist apologist. Saudi's buying Trump. It's arrived. I see some people trying to defend the Pakistani foreign minister's remarks as anti-Israeli and not anti-Semitic, but let's be clear. If you're accusing Israelis of having deep pockets of control in the media, then yeah, you're invoking some pretty anti-Semitic slurs. Sorry. Wait, what the fuck is this? Did you post the blue screen today? No, motherfucker. Like,
Shout out
no,
from
of course
Hawaii.
not. Do you want to know why? Because I'm a fucking political commentator, you jackass. I talk about anti-Semitism on a daily fucking basis. Okay? So I don't need to post a black square for Black Lives Matter, and I didn't. And not only did I not do that, but also criticize fucking stupid people who were duped into doing such a thing. I also am criticizing the blue squares for stopping anti-Semitism. Like, it's so stupid. It's just fucking slacktivism. It's virtue signaling. It's idiotic. His take is yours. He should have known better. He absolutely should have known better.
Forms of fascism. All my homies hate Zionism. Free Palestine.
Yeah, I love that it's like all the people that posted black squares are now posting blue squares. Black and blue, you know? Back to blue, boys. Good shit, you know? Back to fucking police state. Wait, where did my fucking response go? Oh, here it is. Just wait till David Guetta. Yeah, I personally am waiting until David Guetta drops a track, okay, about anti-Semitism to decide where I lie on where I fall on the issue. Eventually, David Guetta is gonna drop the hottest fucking track that will literally have anti-Semites quaking, dude. Hey, shout out to anti-Semitism.
We are doing is we are doing our best to bring the positivity down, and what we need right now is vaccine. We've been gifted vaccine by China. We have bought vaccine. But the vaccine that
was... come on. Why are you fucking, why are you trying to get me to say doo-doo about China, dude? What's going on? They're a fucking important partner for us, okay? Listen, we are slated to gain from our Chinese relationship. This is true. He is right. So he's just not going to say anything about Muslims because, and I've said this before, most Muslim leaders in predominantly Muslim nations don't give a fuck about other Muslims that are getting oppressed by, potential trade partners that they may have. Okay? That's the reality. Shout out to fucking Bin Zayed and also Bin Salman. Both the Bins. The foreign minister is not anti-Semitic? No, I don't think he's anti-Semitic.
Promised to us through COVAX did not come in time. And what we need...
I said this already. I said this already. Hassan is anti-Semitic. You're literally an anti-Semitic. Shout out to anti-Semitism. Shout out to such a stupid clip, dude.
Need is inoculations to protect our people, the marginalized people, the paramedics, the doctors, the people who are on the front line. So that process is going on. The numbers are increasing, but we need help.
Mr. Foreign Minister, thank you so much for your time. I would just ask you personally to please avoid using anti-Semitic tropes.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude.
That you used at the beginning of our...
Oh, God. Look at the tone. Like, oh, God. She's like so fucking annoying. Oh, my God. Oh, God. You are terrible, dude. You are so fucking terrible. So patronizing. Like, Listen. Did he actually fucking say something that could very easily be misconstrued or weaponized by anti-Semites? Absolutely. Okay? It is a trope. That's the fucking trope, boys. It's the truth. That is an anti-Semitic trope. Okay? That Jews control the media, they have deep pockets, blah, blah, blah. That's a trope. And you have to fucking immediately qualify your statement, and he didn't do a good job. As the foreign minister of fucking Pakistan, you should know better, dude. Come on. Come on. And yes, I think that Muslims who are speaking for Palestinians should know better. They should. I put them at a way fucking higher, like, I have way of a higher barrier for people like this. Sorry, it's just the truth, man. It's just the fucking truth. It sucks, but it's the truth. Most of the Muslims aren't anti-Semitic. In fact, Jewish people always find refuge under historical Muslims' land, and we're proud of giving refuge and protection to our Jewish brothers because that's what my religion tells me to do. I mean, yeah, look at Turkey. Even though apparently Turkey turned over 800 Jews that were escaping the Nazi regime. But I did not know about that. But the Ottoman Empire is a good example of this. What should he have said instead? I already fucking repeated it like 11 times. I don't want to talk about it more. Oh, okay. I feel like you're being more critical of him than her. No, I already fucking shit on her many times and literally responded to her on Twitter. Like, no, I criticized her plenty. She's fucking disgusting. All right, boys, who's ready for the latest fucking Joe Biden drop? Joe Biden. I don't know how many you have. This is Mohammed Kalakin, full face of Kurdistan. Okay? But goddamn, dude, look at this fucking answer. It's incredible. This is immaculate. I have never heard someone respond to a question with such grace. He's like a ballerina. Watch.
What is your message to Democrats who want you to be more confrontational with Israel, and specifically to those that are saying that there should be an end to arms sales? I mean, do you recognize that there's been a shift, an evolution in your party, Mr. President, in the last 20 years on this issue? And I have a question for President Moon, but I can wait, or I can listen.
There is no shift in my commitment, the commitment to the security of Israel, period. No shift, not at all.
What is that weird background noise, dude? It's kind of
I tell you what, there is a shift in. The shift is that there's
a shift in my bowel movements, Jack. BRB, gotta go. I had some Chinese food earlier. No, I know I'm in South Korea, but I know I'm meeting with a South Korea delegation, Jack, but, you know, come on, Korean food is kind of like Chinese food, Jack. It shifted my bowels. It's the same thing.
We'll need a two-state solution. It is the only answer. And what I'm convinced of is that we can now move, as I did even before where I was able to negotiate, before the ceasefire was negotiated, that I made it clear that I spoke with President Abbas. We're going to make sure that we are going to provide for security in the West Bank, and we renewed the security commitment as well as economic commitment to the people on the West Bank. I also indicated to the Israelis that I thought it was very important that they stop in Jerusalem this intercommunal fighting that is by extremes on both sides.
Dude, he fucking said, stop it, while also simultaneously giving weapons to Israel to the tune of $735 million, while also continuing, of course, $3.8 billion in annual support to Israel, while also simultaneously blocking not one, not two, not three, but 4 UN Security Council ceasefire agreements. Literally and deliberately and single-handedly doing that so that Israel can continue its bombing campaign without genuine criticism from the Western nations. But, you know, there's people on both sides, Jack. I am not. I say it's malarkey to claim that I care about only one side. There's extremists on both sides. This is the quote, by the way. Let's wait. I want to know what the extremists look like on both sides. Are you guys ready for this? Because it's going to be fucking epic, dude.
Fighting that is by extremes on both sides. It has to end. It has to end. And I'm prepared to put together, and I'm going to attempt to put together, a major package with other nations who share our view to rebuild the homes and without re-engaging, without providing.
I hate the extremists on both sides, Jack. You know, like people who want to stay in their houses and the people that want to forcibly evict them from their houses deliberately to maintain a certain percentage of Jews in occupied Jerusalem, Jack. One is forcible displacement and ethnic cleansing. The other is just living in your house after you've already been displaced originally, Jack. Extreme.
Hamas the opportunity to rebuild their weapon systems, rebuild the Gaza, rebuild Gaza, and they need the help, and I'm committed to get that done. And so I don't, and I think that, you know, my party still supports Israel. Let's get something straight here. Until the region says unequivocally they acknowledge the right of Israel to exist as an independent Jewish state, there will be no peace.
What is
good shit, dude. He said no. At least he is helping Palestine? No, the fuck he's not, dude. You're fucking crazy. And he's not going to help Palestine any more than, like, America historically has, like, given just a modicum of fucking aid that they give to Israel exclusively so that, like, Palestinians aren't completely starved.
This just reminded me that my ninth
Get the fuck out of here, dude. He's helping Palestine. Like what? Oh, I didn't realize they were building a fucking Iron Dome for Gaza.
I wasn't anti-Semitic enough in my debate.
I didn't realize that they were building an Iron Dome for Gaza and also giving the Gazan authorities rockets so that they could fly and engage in the same kinds of rocket campaigns that Israel engages in, you know, so that their fighting is more deliberate and not just random rocket fire everywhere. I'm Canadian, so I don't know much, but do you think Biden did a better job in this situation than Trump would? Yes, he did. And it's still miles beyond what is necessary. Like what a honest broker would do in this situation. Okay? And let me tell you why. The ultimate reality, like the ultimate fucking chaos that ensued happened partially because Donald Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem. Okay, the American embassy to Jerusalem, solidifying Israel's occupation and like literally recognizing that as Israeli territory against the international community. This is a violation. This is not a real thing. Like it's not. It's a Easter Bunny. It's like recognizing the Easter Bunny as a legitimate political figure. Okay, it's madness. But of course, people in Israel loved that. They were super fond of that. I think Bibi Netanyahu, guided by a bunch of different factors here at play, including his own inability to form a coalition government and his own ongoing investigation into corruption, which would lead him to go to jail if convicted, if found guilty, when he definitely is, created an opportunity for him to basically increase the pressure on the Palestinians, which Israel currently has sovereignty over, unfortunately. Increase that cruelty with the full knowledge that like there will be retaliation and then that retaliation will justify in the minds of the international media the eradication of 300 Palestinian lives, which would then further embolden his base of support within Israel, because nothing riles up Israelis like a good old fucking bombing campaign. It's just the truth. And by the way, unfortunately, that is the reality if you look at the fucking polling data coming out of Israel currently. And look no further than Benny Gantz, who is supposed to be the liberal antithesis to fucking Bibi Netanyahu, who ran on his atrocities, his war crimes when he was originally running against Bibi Netanyahu. Now he's also saying it's not time for fucking it's not time for politics now. Okay?
What's your message to Democrats who...
Anyway.
And because when you...
Anyway, so I'm like, I'm upset. I'm upset with everyone and everything here.
It's fine by me if they want.
So I don't know who Corey Gil Schuster, I don't know how you say it. Ask an Israeli / ask a Palestinian project. Questions are sent to you by viewers. I've seen his videos come up all over my fucking timeline. Is he chill? Is he pog? I don't know what the deal is. But I did want to watch this.
I'm a Hebrew teacher for new immigrants.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I had people like you when I first came here. Okay. Why do you steal more and more Palestinian land?
Why what?
Do you steal more and more Palestinian land?
What the fuck? Yo, that's crazy. Wait, he's a Zionist? How is he a fucking Zionist if he's saying this, bro? Are you crazy? I've never heard a Zionist Jewish person literally... He's asking suggested questions. Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, it said in the beginning that the questions are submitted by viewers, didn't it? Okay, well, let's see.
They steal our life.
But you came here, they were living here, and you came here and took land.
In the history, we lived here before that. Look at the history, not 100 years. A lot of years.
God. Oh, man, said this was filmed before COVID. Very clearly not filmed before COVID. Why the fuck does she have a face mask, dude?
Give us Israel. God give us this area.
Oh, shit, dude. I didn't realize. Oh, fuck. God gave you Israel. Never mind, dude. Shit, dude. My bad. Forgot about fucking God mode, dude. God damn, dude. How could I have forgotten about God? Shit.
We didn't steal them. We didn't hate them. They hate us. Really, I appreciate them. We let them.
So I'm gonna say something here, okay? So actually, never mind. I'm not gonna show it. No, I was gonna talk about fucking. I was gonna talk about the red rooftops, which is a signature for, like settler houses, settler homes in Jerusalem, but there's also like red rooftops in Palestinian homes as well. So I was gonna I was gonna mention, like, I wonder what the rooftop colors look like. But I don't know if this is actually Jerusalem. But